Daddy's coming home, you've been a bad girl, and you're getting a vigorous spanking. I never thought I'd say that on TV. Those are not my words. Those are the words of Tucker Carlson at a Trump Georgia rally on Wednesday. Carlson compared Trump's prospective return to the White House to a dad returning home. Let's watch.
If you allow your 2-year-old to smear the contents of his diapers on the wall of your living room, and you do nothing about it, if you allow your 14-year-old to light a joint at the breakfast table, if you allow your hormone-addled 15-year-old daughter to slam the door of her bedroom and give you the finger, you're gonna get more of it. And those kids are gonna wind up in rehab. It's not good for you, and it's not good for them. No. There has to be a point at which dad comes home. Yeah, that's right. Dad comes home. And he's pissed. Dad is pissed. He's not vengeful. He loves his children. Disobedient as they may be, he loves them. Because they're his children, they live in his house. But he's very disappointed in their behavior. And he's gonna have to let them know. He's gonna have to get to your room right now and think about what you did. And when dad gets home, you know what he says? You've been a bad girl. You've been a bad little girl, and you're getting a vigorous spanking right now.
RFK Jr. was also part of the campaign rally. This is what Carlson said about him.
I never thought I would live to see the day when Bobby Kennedy would be one of the most beloved figures in a room full of Republicans, and Mr. Burns from The Simpsons and his criminal daughter would be Democrats. It's just absolutely wonderful.
So that's the pitch to vote Donald Trump. Harder, Daddy, harder.
Oh, Lord, I can't believe.
What are we even going to say about this?
Discuss. I mean, that was some weird stuff. That was some strange psychosexual analysis there. I don't know. I think that would have been better left on a therapist's couch than in a rally. I noticed that it got a very euphoric reception, seemingly, from that conference. What do you say? Republicans are the daddy party and Democrats are the mummy party, supposedly, but that seems to take it to a whole new level.
Is that a thing that people say?
It is. I think, well, the idea being that Republicans are focused on sort of national security and toughness, and Democrats are going to take care of you by health care and education.
I had a political science professor in college who said that the Republicans were Jesus and the Democrats were Santa Claus.
Okay.
I can't remember what his argument was.
Presumably Democrats give stuff away, but I'm not sure what the Republican Jesus thing is, unless it's just Christianity. Yeah.
Well, anyway, spanking, daddy, etc. It's interesting speech. Tucker says some interesting things from time to time. What can I even say?
I mean, it is just bizarre. I hesitate to...
It's okay to use colorful language to get a crowd excited, to use metaphor, right? This is not literal. It's not we're not breaking out the fuzzy handcuffs or whatever.
No, we can't. I don't know how far we can go down this road.
The whips and the chains. We're not on TV. We're on the internet, baby. We can do whatever we want.
Well, we can do whatever we want, but getting into sort of... And the fact that in Tucker's story, the metaphor was a girl being spanked, I don't know.
Maybe we can have a conversation about this. I think spanking is bad. I don't think you spank your kids.
Well, I'm glad to see that we're in the unified on the idea that hitting children is a bad idea.
Yep. Not with the hand, not with the belt.
Not with anything.
Not with a flail with kind of spiked... ropes on it.
No, we both, and you see, this is where we agree, Robby. If that is, if adults consensually want to do any of those things, by all means, knock themselves out. Not literally, but enjoy it.
Sure, consent. What consenting presidential candidates do
behind
their ardent supporters is none of my business. No. That's fundamental to my libertarianism.
Will we talk about RFK becoming a new Republican hero or not?
Yes, sure. Let's move in that direction. Not just RFK Jr., Tulsi Gabbard, I know you saw that, has formally declared herself a Republican. I thought she'd already done that, but she just You get to have a coming out party when you've left the Democratic Party, when you've become an independent, and when you become a Republican.
She got to make it official. She's been. It's as if she's been in that home for a long time.
She did a party affiliation reveal party.
Yes, exactly.
Where we have I don't know, red doves or blue doves.
Not a big shock to anybody, mind you, given that her move from sort of liberal Democrat. I mean, she's always been a bit unorthodox, I suppose. But yeah,
right, unorthodox in a good way. I've been fans of a lot of things she's said over the years, and I'm supportive of some of the issues RFK Jr. has called attention to. It is interesting and notable that those two formerly perceived to be not just Democrats, but very progressive Democrats, crusadingly progressive Democrats on healthcare-related issues, environment-related issues, solidly kind of Bernie Sanders left people. I don't know that RFK Jr. ever said he was a Bernie Sanders person specifically, but really for the progressive worldview on the ability of government to grapple with corporations and things of that nature. Meanwhile, the Cheney family, the most viewed as the architects of the Bush-era Republican Party, the brains behind the operation, if brains is a correct metaphor for what was going on during the Bush years, have now flipped.
Yeah, I mean, I do think there is an interesting realignment going on in various ways, and I think that one of the more interesting things about our politics at a very macro level is just the sense of these plates shifting and different groups and different people of different views aligning with a different party than one might have expected in the past. And obviously Tulsi Gabbard is part of that. I think I would be more skeptical of some of her positions than you would be, but I think that the breaking down of some level of party blind allegiance is a good thing.
Yeah, it definitely is, and people should move parties if they no longer believe in what that party is. The parties are now more ideological than they used to be, right? If you go back to the 90s and before, you had the most conservative Democrats were much more conservative than the most liberal Republicans, and vice versa. You actually had you still have liberal Republicans, I think, in state level politics. Often you have, in fact, very liberal or moderate Republican governors of blue states. That happens routinely. And every now and then you get a conservative, or at least a culturally conservative, a Democrat who can speak to who fits in with Republicans, who can win in a red state, although I think that's increasingly kind of rare.
Yeah, and a lot of those sort of moderate Republicans who had been concentrated in the Northeast have been kind of wiped out at
the House
federal
level.
At federal level, state or Senate or House. A Jacob Javits kind of figure in New York wouldn't really arise now, because that's just not where politics are, I don't think.
Well, we are having fun on Rising today. I hope we have more salacious subjects to get into. Stay safe out there. More Rising right after this.